Now your 13 News Now weather forecast, certified most accurate in Hampton Roads.
All right, I'm making a couple of minor changes here, literally, even as that thing is opening up for the weather. So let's reload the show. I have changed slightly based on some new information, literally in the last 15 seconds, some of the amounts that I showed you at the beginning of the broadcast, just ever so slightly. So let's get right to it. We'll talk about clear skies in terms of the visibility. The rain is definitely moving in from the south, and it is all rain, and it's going to be mainly rain for most of this storm for a lot of our viewing area, the vast majority of it. Now, when you get inland, that'll certainly be a little bit of a different story. Just now starting to see that moisture creeping up into southern areas of Chesapeake and Suffolk. It'll continue to move in, so developing a little bit later tonight. Other than that, cloudy and cold. 37 is probably a little bit too low. I probably should change that to about 40 for the overnight low, because right now we're at 40, although inland areas are into the 30s, but I think the official temperature will be 40 at the lowest. As you can see, current readings around the region, as I just mentioned, some 30s inland, but definitely a little bit chilly, but not as cold right near the coastline. Here is that moisture. The other thing to look at is look way over on the edge of your screen. In Mississippi here, we're talking about winter weather. We're expecting that from Atlanta down to about Birmingham. So how about this entire system in terms of total liquid equivalent? Whether it's rain or melted snow or whatever, it is going to be a wet system. We're talking about 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe even a few spots a little bit more than that. Did you notice, though, how the farther north and west you go, you begin to run out of the moisture? So it's going to be hard to figure out where the moisture is far enough north and west, but the warm air doesn't make it that far north and west. So this is one of our better computer models, the European model. And you can see 6 to 12 inches here around Richmond down to Williamsburg. I think that is way too high, and here's one of the reasons why. This assumes that everything in terms of snow, sleet, you name it, is all a dry snow. It is not going to be that. That includes a 10-to-1 ratio of water to snow. So 1 inch of rain equals 10 inches of snow. That's not going to happen with this storm, I don't believe. This storm is going to be a wet snow, so maybe cut these amounts in half. That would lead this first area to be nothing to maybe a half an inch. You get back inland over the peninsula, interior south side, that'd be more like a half an inch to about 1.5, and then do the same thing off to the north and west. That's where you get numbers about like I'm showing. Mainly rain here for most of us until later in the day Saturday. We get a little bit of a mix starting in. And then from Williamsburg to Richmond, about 1 to 3. 1 on the low end if it's a really wet snow, 3 on the high end if it's a little bit more normal, and then about 2 to 4 inches there into central Virginia. So tonight, 37, cloudy and cold, rain developing later tonight. Tomorrow, 100% chance of rain, a little bit of a mix possible for some of those inland areas, but a much better chance than Friday night's going to be all rain too. The best chance for seeing the frozen precipitation, whether it's sleet or I think this will be mainly a rain versus snow event, will be Saturday as that line will move in from the west. So again, we'll update this tomorrow because things are certainly changing. But right now it's pretty similar to what we've been telling you for quite a while.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
All right.